Welcome to the class 9 of Medicinal Chemistry 1, Unit 2, Drug Acting on Autonomic Nervous System, Part 4. In the previous class, we discussed about what are sympathomimetic agents or what are adrenergic drugs and their classification. The sympathomimetic drugs are classified into three main classes. The first one is directly acting. Now we will discuss about the second class, that is indirect acting adrenergic drugs. The indirect acting adrenergic drugs produce the effect by causing the release of norepinephrine from the adrenergic nerve terminals indirectly. The first drug is 4-hydroxyamphetamine. The 4-hydroxyamphetamine is 4,2-amino-propyl phenol. It is indirect acting sympathomimetic drug and used as mydriasis, that is dilation of pupil. The second drug is pseudoephedrine, that is act on both alpha and beta 2 adrenergic receptors and causes vasoconstriction and relaxation of the smooth muscle in the bronchi. That is, it can be used in asthma also. The IUPAC name is 2-methylamino 1-phenyl propane 1-ol. The third drug is propylhexedrine. It is used as a nasal decongestant, cold condition and in allergy, and also used in rhinitis. The IUPAC name is 1-cyclohexyl N-methyl propane 2-amine. The next class is agents with mixed mechanism, that is they can causes the release of norepinephrine, that is indirectly they can act, or they can directly bind to the adrenoreceptors, that is direct binding. They have direct and indirect effect. The first drug is matrimenol. It is structurally similar to the phenylephrine, only the catechol nucleus is not there, that is 1-hydroxyl group is not there, and it is extensively used to decrease the heart rate, and also it is employed in acute hypotensive state such as anaphylactic shock and myocardial infarction. The next drug is ephedrine. Ephedrine is 2-methylamino 1-phenyl propane 1-ol. It has both alpha and beta adrenergic agonist effect. It is used in many variety of effect like allergic disorder, common colds, hypotensive conditions, narcolepsy, and occasionally it is used in the treatment of mydriasis. Now we will see the synthesis of phenylephrine. When phenol is reacted with chloroacetyl chloride, a hydrochloric acid will be removed and it gives meta-hydroxy phenyl acetyl chloride. When this intermediate is reacted with methylamine to give the intermediate of a ketone derivative. Now this ketone derivative, when it is catalytic reduction with Mirwin reduction, that is the CO group, that is the ketone group, will be converted to alcohol in the presence of sodium alkoxide and isopropanol to give a phenol derivative, that is phenylephrine. The second synthesis is salbutamol. It is also same, but the only thing is here instead of phenol, alcohol has been taken, that is orthohydroxybenzyl hydrochloride. When it is reacted with chloroacetyl chloride, the condensation of these two gives the intermediate, that is it is a keto derivative. When it is treated with dimethylethylamine to give the next intermediate, this again with catalytic reduction, that is Mervin Pondorf Verley reduction, that is MPV. So keto group will be converted to alcohol group to give the salbutamol. Now next we will see the SAR of sympathomimetic agent, that is SAR of adrenergic drugs. This is the general structure of sympathomimetic agent, that is beta phenyl ethyl amine. So the first substitution on the phenyl ring, that is substitution on meta and para position of the aromatic ring, and on the amino alpha and beta position of the ethyl amine side chain, influence the mechanism of sympathomimetic action and also receptor selectivity. As you have seen in the earlier slides, that is in the previous classes, you have seen some are alpha selective, some are beta selective, some are alpha and beta, some are beta only. So these are, it's based on the binding of the beta and alpha position of the ethyl amine side chain. The next structure what you are seeing, the minimum requirement for the binding, that is in the receptor site a flat area is there and there is a anionic site is there, that methylamine is going to be bind, and there is a hydrogen bonding area, that is OH alcoholic group, either it will be in alpha position or in beta position or positive or negative, it goes up or it goes down, and a flat area is there where catechol ring or the benzene ring or aromatic ring is going to be bind.
The hydroxyl group in the catechol ring, that is on meta and para position, and also the hydroxyl group which is present at the ethylamine portion, that is on the beta, is correct stereochemical configuration for the binding of the beta receptor. The replacement of catechol ring, that is two adjacent hydroxyl group which is present on para and meta position, is replaced to another both on the meta position, that is resorcinol. Resorcinol contains two hydroxyl group both on meta position. So the catechol ring containing drug, that is isoproterenol, is selective for both beta 1 and beta 2 selective agonist. But the hydroxyl group change from para to meta position, that is metaproterenol, is only beta selective beta 2 receptor agonist. The next example is salbutamol. So salbutamol contains, instead of hydroxyl group, it is changed to hydroxymethyl group, and also activity is similar to that of the metaproterenol. It is also a beta 2 selective receptor agonist. Next, the naturally occurring noradrenaline has 3,4-dihydroxybenzene ring, that is adjacent hydroxyl group at the catechol, active at both alpha and beta receptor, as I told earlier. However, it has poor oral activity because it rapidly metabolized by catechol O methyltransferase enzyme. So that's why noradrenaline has been changed in the substitution pattern, that is 3,5-dihydroxy group, as an metaprotanol, good gives good oral activity. So this shows that the hydroxyl group which is present in the phenyl ring, if it is changed from para to meta position, or if the hydroxyl group is present at the meta position only, then the compound will having a good oral activity. If the hydroxyl group is present at the para group, then it will be hydrolyzed by the enzyme catechol O methyltransferase, and it shows the poor oral activity. Substitution at nitrogen, that is amino group in the phenyl ethylamine, is important for direct agonist activity. The amino group should be separated by at least two carbon atom to shows the potent direct agonist activity. The carbon chain should be 2. That's why it is ethylamine. As the bulk of the nitrogen substituents present increases on the amino group, if it is methyl group if it is attached, or it is isopropyl if it is attached. So the substituents increases by the alkyl group. Alpha receptor agonist activity will be decreases and beta receptor activity will be increases. In case of norepinephrine, it does not contain a methyl group. So that's why it is effective beta 1 receptor agonist and as well as potent alpha 1 agonist. While the epinephrine, which contains a methyl group, it active against alpha, beta 1 and beta 2. But it has shown most action of the beta 1 and beta 2 receptor activity, but a little effect on the alpha adrenoreceptor. The N tertiary butyl group, as in the isoproterenol, enhances the beta group selectivity, which we can compare by norepinephrine, epinephrine and isoproterenol. So isoproterenol is a beta selective, but alpha receptor activity will be decreases. The nitrogen which is present, that is the amine, it should be tertiary or quaternary amine to shows the maximum activity. Substitution on the carbon side chain, minimum requirement is 2 carbon only. If any substitution on the alpha carbon of the ethylamine side chain reduces the direct receptor agonist activity at both alpha and beta receptor. If the ethylamine chain containing methyl or ethyl further alkyl group increases at the alpha carbon, it decreases the both alpha and beta receptor activity. On the alpha carbon, alpha alkyl group increases the duration of the action of phenylethylamine agonist by making the compound resistance to metabolic deamination by the monoamino oxidase enzyme. It means the alkyl group, if it is present only on the alpha group, it increases the duration of action but avoids the metabolic deamination of with the enzyme monoamino oxidase and increases the duration of action. Alpha substitution also significantly affect the receptor selectivity. Thank you so much.